and welcome to another edition of Connecting the Dots, where thought leaders, innovators, game changers share their thoughts, tips, insights, and learnings. My name is Andy Waltenspiel, and I'm running a Munich-based consultancy for the media, telco, and technology industries. Today, my guest is Chem Assayag of Orange Group. I call him Mr. Strategy and Innovation, and he will explain exactly what that means. Here's Chem Assayag. Hi, Chem. How are you?
Hi, Andy. I'm fine. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
See, you were able to get to the hairdresser. Remember last time we spoke, it was more like
yeah, it was like the Lion King.
Great. Chem, tell us and the viewers a little bit about Orange Group and your position there. What are you doing?
Sure. So Orange is the French incumbent telco, but now the group has operations in many countries, more than 20 countries. More widely, we have a telco activity, which is about fixed line, mobile, and also content activities, which I'm dealing with. So as part of the group, I'm overseeing strategy when it comes to innovation, working with the different countries to see how we can develop TV and video related services and beyond TV and video entertainment-based services in the domains such as games or music.
I guess this period for being a telco, it's been the biggest stress test ever you've seen in your history. So how did it go? Did the networks hold?
I think so. I think this is really something that we can be proud of. One of the concerns we had was when the confinement started, it was, okay, are we going to be able to deal with it, especially with so many people now working remotely, and also the surge in consumption for platforms such as Netflix. And actually, we did manage that very well, almost instantly we have been able to deal with the rise of home working with hundreds of thousands of people starting to work from home. Obviously, we had to make slight adjustment, but we really managed that well. Actually, people sometimes forget that telecom networks are designed to manage peaks. So usually, the networks are not used at full capacity because, again, they are designed to manage peaks. So instead of managing peaks from time to time, we had to kind of manage peaks all the time. But we did that, and I think this is really something that as Orange we are quite proud of, which is in these difficult times, being able to make sure that the networks were working was really important for people to work, to entertain themselves in these difficult times, and also for critical services such as the services dealing with health.
So are there some things you can share, some statistics or data points that really surprised you, apart from that the networks were holding well? Anything?
We have really seen a rise in terms of subscriptions, new consumers for platforms such as Netflix or Disney, for instance. I think there was some numbers shared by Netflix. They got twice as many new subscribers during this period as they had in 2019. In that respect, Disney Plus did launch in some countries during the confinement, because you might have wondered, should they relaunch? They did launch, and it proved to be quite successful. So I think we really saw a rise in terms of new subscribers for these platforms. Quite interestingly, also, we have seen very large audiences for more traditional linear TV events, audiences which were really almost the best ever for some of their flagship programs. We have seen also a similar take-up for cloud gaming services. I think NVIDIA announced that they had very interesting numbers in terms of subscription to their cloud gaming platform. So I think people have been able to try new services, and the interesting question is, are they going to stick to them? But sure, they have tried them.
And what about gaming, since you mentioned that?
So as I said, in the gaming space, we can see something happening, which is a little bit what happened in the TV space a few years ago with the launch of cloud gaming platforms, Google Stadia, the NVIDIA platform. We know Microsoft also has plans. And I think we will see more and more launches. And as an operator, what we want is to really provide all the different services to our consumers in the different domains: the TV domain, the game domain and the music domain.
You remember me of our talk on connected to
Exactly,
also
yeah.
about super
Yeah.
filters.
Yeah.
I'll put the link somewhere here so you can watch it and click on that. Yeah, so super aggregation can mean your live, your on-demand services, can mean Netflix, Disney, but obviously also more includes sound, video, music, and gaming even.
As a consumer, what you want is to be able to access all of the content available easily from one single point. It gives you the best content, the best recommendation, the best search services.
So if you've seen one of the videos we already done, you know the one question that I'm almost always asking, it's, I give you $100 million, what do you do with it?
On a professional level or at a personal, on a personal level? Because I won't do the same thing.
So let's do professional first.
I would spend money really trying to investigate what will be the kind of new user experience for the next 10 years to come. Because somehow the way we consume TV is still, and video, frankly, is still very much what we used to do. Obviously, we have multi-devices, etc. But the way we access the content is still very much the same. We go through channels and we have kind of search, but we see some changes like with, for instance, voice assistants. But I would really like to explore what would be the next way to access all of your content when the libraries of content are so vast, and how to make it meaningful for our consumers.
Okay. So how would you spend the rest on the personal level? Let's say 20?
I mean, I'm going to say travel for the next month might be, I have to think about it. It depends on the amount.
Good. So we will discuss that hopefully when we can meet the next time in person. And a good bottle of wine is part of the 20 million.
Actually, what you raise is a very good question, I think, which is somehow when we will meet, you said. And one of the questions that I have actually is about the industry events. We know that IBC, which is the very large event for our industry in Europe, has been cancelled. So I think we would see potentially impact, not only for 2020, but beyond. Are companies going to reconsider the way they participate to these kind of events and how they interact with their customers, with their partners, with their competitors? And this is true for our industry, but more broadly, I think this might trigger a reassessment of the way people interact with each other when they are not in the same company.
Yeah, I agree. I think we will see probably less business travel, maybe less of the conferences, and more virtual events like
more of connecting the dots.
Exactly. We've seen Technical or others doing big sales kickoff with 400 people as a live streaming event. I think we will see more of that. We'll unfortunately see more of webinars with slides and speakers in bad light and bad sound. I hope we can help a bit on that. But in the end, I think then it will be more important to stand out. And we're as a TV industry, I strongly believe that you need to wow people with great sound, great video. So you need to put more effort into that and not just jump on a call. So definitely there's multiple things we have to monitor, Chem.
Yeah.
You even more than I. It was a pleasure having you here. Thank you very much. Thank you. It was a
pleasure talking to you.
And thoughts. And hope to see you soon in person. Thanks, Chem.
In Paris, in Munich, or someone else. And
exactly.
Take care, like all of our viewers.
Exactly. Thank you.
All right, Chem.